heat waves and retrogrades. Heat waves and retrogrades. Hi everyone, thank you for your patience. I've missed you a lot. I really miss doing these readings, but life got in the way. I had a bunch of projects. I'll get to that in a second, but I had a bunch of projects. Some worked out, some were in progress, some fell through. So that was the main thing. There was also schedule changes at work and getting sick and all of that stuff. And my free monthlies had to take a back seat. I read every comment, even though I can't get to them all. I really appreciate every comment, and my heart skips a beat every time my videos get thumbed up or someone subscribes. And the community is really important to me because I get a chance to help you guys, and it's therapy for me too. I think it's therapy for us all. It's group therapy, and I love connecting with everyone. Thank you so much for the personal readings. Thank you so much for just reaching out, just emailing me and connecting with me. It means a lot. It really does. And as a special thank you, I have a Morgan-GREER Tarot in a Tin that I'm giving away to one viewer. Stay tuned until the end and I will tell you how to get your Morgan-GREER Tarot in a Tin. I want to give some quick shameless plugs. I told you I had a lot of projects. First one is I was lucky enough to work with Alex on his Dionysian Dialectics podcast. And in one episode we talked about tarot and astrology, so you'll definitely want to check that out. I'll link it in the description box below. And in another episode we talked about the Roseanne Barr controversy. If you are not familiar, I work in film and TV in my day job. I have done this pretty much my whole life. It's my life purpose. It's all over my astrological chart. But if you would like more film and TV videos, let me know. But in any case, we talked about the Roseanne Barr controversy and how it deals with television and media. The other project I did was I got to work with the lovely and talented Liokness, and she is a singer-songwriter, and I had the privilege of doing a music video for her. It's still in progress. It's a very ambitious project that I was underestimating. I need help. If you were in the LA area, I have some gigs that I could use to outsource some of this legwork in the art department, but I was so honored to work for her. I love her music. I think she's really talented. I will link, not the song that we did the music video for, but I'm gonna link a song called The Psychic, oddly enough, because it's a good message about the obsession we can have with the outcome of psychic readings. And with that said, these are general readings. When we look at these tarot videos as a way to see if that boy is going to call or see if we're going to get that job, then it creates this obsession. In the song, The Psychic, she said that she made a deal with the devil. You make a deal with the devil whenever you fixate on these outcomes. So keep in mind that in these general readings that this is more therapy, that this is more about unearthing emotional and spiritual things we have within ourselves, and try not to look at it as a need to find out what's going on. Sometimes God creates uncertainty and mystery because he has, you know, big surprises for us, big miracles for us. So with these general readings, be gentle on me and be gentle with yourself. Sometimes, because we are dealing with emotional things, some things get brought to the surface and they're triggered and people lash out, but I would encourage you to use sweet words with each other, use sweet words with me, even if you want to give me constructive criticism. We want positive, happy vibes, right? We want to elevate to our highest spiritual evolution, and we cannot be cruel to each other, right? So I love it when you guys help each other out in the comments, and I love positive vibes, and let's keep it up there. Without further ado, let's get on to your July readings. Hi Gemini, welcome to July. Sorry I missed a few months. Life gets in the way, but I'm back and I'm glad to help you. I have a new spread. I love it. I hope you do too. Let me know in the comments what you think. At the heart of the matter, we have the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is a card about reaping what you sow. It's about putting seeds into the ground, waiting for them to harvest, and then whenever the harvest comes around, you have fruits. It's fruits of your labor. So this is a good heart of the matter, a good thing to start with, especially because it's crossed by the Ten of Pentacles. Ooh, girl, look at this. 10 of Cups. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, that's like happily ever after. That's like the best you can get, because it's like stability and it's like fairy tale, you know, dream come true, right? Let's see how this plays out. But the Seven of Pentacles with the 10 of Pentacles, that means that you have put in efforts, you have planted your seeds, whether it be, you know, your manifestations, your vision boards, your affirmations, all of that, and then it is manifesting into real life. Or if you have put something into a project, put something into like working on your house, working on your body, working on your career, your money, your finances, but it looks good because it looks like anything that you've planted, you're going to get tenfold. I say tenfold, and we have the 10 of Pentacles. I love it. But this is probably a career and finance reading. It could also be a relationship reading. If it is a relationship reading, then it means that you have invested time, energy, effort, and quite possibly money into your partner, into the relationship. And that means that you have the possibility of it being in the long haul, especially because we have the 10 of Cups here. So it means that your blood, sweat, and tears is paying off and will pay off. I love it. This is, oh, my dog every time. This is the beginning and the end. So this is what we start with, but it's also what is closing out. So we have the Queen of Cups. You could be dealing with a Cancer, Scorpio, or a Pisces. The Queen of Cups is someone who is very sensitive, very sweet. She cuts the crusts off your bread. Whenever she makes you a sandwich, she knows what you're feeling, even when you don't explicitly say it. She can intuit. She's really intuitive, psychic. She, you know, she's like your mama, the sweet mama mothering energy. She can wake up in the middle of the night and just know my baby is, you know, crying. My baby is staying up at night. So she is very aware of how others are feeling, and she's very warm. She'll give you a hug, and like the warmest hugs, right? So this is what you're beginning with, and this is somehow going to be an end. Let's see how it plays out. We have the 8 of Wands reversed and the Sun. Good cards, but you may have, this person may be blocking communication. You could also be dealing with a Leo because we have the Sun here. This person could be keeping to herself. The Queen of Cups can be a little quiet. But I think things, excuse me, I think things are going to come out into the light because we do have the Sun here. I'm hearing could also be in the time of August because Leo is in August. We have the sunflowers here. But the 8 of Wands is a fast-moving energy, and Geminis love this, right? Geminis want that quick communication. They want quippy, fast language, text back and forth. They want to know what you're thinking and every word. It's, Geminis are very, like, use your words type of people, right? So this person might be a little shy. This person might be a little reserved and soft-spoken and withholding words. The Queen of Cups challenges us, especially if we're not getting messages, she challenges us to feel what is in someone else, right? To intuit what is in someone else. It's kind of funny that I used the waking up in the middle of the night metaphor because, or example, because when, you know, your mama wakes up in the middle of the night and she, you know, gets this panic like, oh, my baby's sick, or, you know, whatever. Her baby might not have communicated, like, verbally to her, right? 8 of Wands is verbal communication. But what the Queen of Cups does, she communicates on a feelings level. She communicates on a psychic level.
So, but I mean, whatever the communication is, don't expect the worst, because we do have the Sun here. The Sun here can sometimes mean children, but the Sun is the happiest card. What can I say? It's happiness, joy. Usually it's depicted as a baby riding on a white horse. So think of like the joy in your childhood. In this particular deck, we see two people, so I definitely think of this as a union. But if you are not partnered, this can just mean that you are taking on more of the qualities of the Queen of Cups, and that's going to give you a happier outlook, because you don't need those words to verify what someone is and isn't doing. I like it. I like it. It's like scarcity has sort of strengthened your communication muscle to where you can communicate on different levels other than straightforward verbal communication, straightforward, you know, emails, texts, you know, like concrete communication. You can read people more on like a subtextual level. I love it. Let's get on to the cause. So this is what sets things into motion. But first, I need to make my money. So stay tuned after this ad and we will get back to your reading. I want to also say, Gemini, that because we started with such a career, money, finance in the heart of the matter, this also could be like not hearing back from a job or not hearing back from a project or an employer. But again, I think it's feeling things more on an intuitive level, knowing that the sun is going to shine or is shining, good things are coming in, they're just not out in the open right now. So what sets this into motion, the cause that brings these changes about, is the Four of Cups reversed. The Four of Cups is a card about boredom. It's a card about being stingy. It's a card about missed opportunities, not accepting offers. I always see it. It's a little different in this deck, and I haven't quite like zoned in on this particular card in this deck because I'm just learning this like Morgan-GREER deck. I love it. I love the artwork. It's beautiful. But let's see, because each Four of Cups is a little, like I said, a little different. I'm really zoning in on all this growth, all this ivy. And sometimes my interpretation of the Four of Cups is, it's like you've had, say, relationships in the past, these 3 relationships in the past, and they haven't gone your way. And so whenever the hand of God comes out and he gives you another cup, it's kind of like, well, is this just going to be the same cup? You know, like, I've been there, I've done that, and it's disappointed me. But I see, like, all of this growth, so it's like whenever it's upside down, it's like you realize that whatever didn't work in the past, these 3 cups that didn't satisfy you in the past, they led to growth, right? They led to good things that came your way. Whenever the Four of Cups is reversed, I often see it as like gratitude, being grateful about your situation. And I think what caused this cycle in your life, this karmic cycle in your life, is it might have even been something to offset, to like upset you, right? Like you may have recently experienced what you would normally think of as a disappointment, but instead, like this time around, you kind of realize, like, you know, that phrase, rejection is God's protection, right? So you know that better things are on your way. You know that any things that didn't work out, they were ultimately for your highest good anyway. So I think this is about you recognizing opportunities, seizing opportunities, and recognizing that you would not have had these opportunities had you not had these like stepping stones from the past, right? I like it. I like your reading so far, Gemini. Next we have the Queen of Swords. You could be dealing with a Libra, a Gemini, or an Aquarius, another Gemini. But this could definitely be you. The Queen of Swords a lot of people see her as a bitch, but, you know, I think air signs are misunderstood a lot of times. Like, I'm an air sign, and a lot of my air friends, I see them as, like, the most amazing people, you know, the most, like, caring, sweet, generous people, but so many other signs see us as, like, emotionless and cold and sharp with our words. But I guess, like, you know, if an Aquarius says something sharp to me, it's not going to seem sharp because I'm a Libra and I know the air suit. But anyway, I love the Queen of Swords in this deck. This is like one of my #1 reasons why I got this deck. And I love her because we have the roses here. So I think of the song, every rose has its thorn, you know? And she's just so powerful because she has this sword of truth, right? But this is a beautiful rose. Roses are beautiful, but they do have thorns. They do have, and she has like a spiky crown up here. And air signs, we can be a little spiky. Like I said, we can be a little harsh with our words, but we get to the truth. We cut through the bullshit, and it is a beautiful thing. We are beautiful women. If you're not a woman, you know, it could be male or female, but we are, like, beautiful people. And I love her eyes too. They're like Twilight, Bella Cullen eyes, right? But it's like people have to just get over our thorns to appreciate our beauty, right? And I also think that the bullshit that you've cut away is maybe a feeling like these cups didn't matter, right? It's like bullshit that you may have been telling yourself that, like, these didn't work out. Like, in the past, you may have been telling yourself, like, these didn't work out, so why would this cup work out? But you used your sword of truth to cut through that lie, right? We tell ourselves lies all the time, and I love that. But the Queen of Swords is very powerful. I love that she's showing up in your reading, Gemini. Let's see what the other clarifier has to say. We have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. So, again, and we have another rose, see? So, it's like these cups in the past were they didn't take you to where you wanted to be. They weren't enough. They didn't hold enough value at the time to be long lasting. But again, I think this Ace of Pentacles is a past energy that you realize ultimately is leading you to better things. So let's move along. Let's move along. Next, we have the challenge, kind of like, this is like my karmic wheel, right? So we have the challenge. This is like the homework of your karmic lesson. So this is like the homework. This is the test, okay? So the challenge is, bear with me. Your homework is the Nine of Swords. I love it because the Nine of Swords reversed means that you are breaking free of your mental blockages. Again, you're cutting through this bullshit of things just are never going to be good enough, right? You're understanding that the things that weren't good enough are only catalysts to the things that are going to be of value, right? That are going to be long-lasting. I love it. And, you know, it's a challenge working through these anxieties. The Nine of Swords is a mental anxiety card. And like I said, I'm an air sign, so I get it. It's like, when can I turn off my brain? Right? It's like we spin our wheels over and over and over again. And we rethink things and we overanalyze. Like, we think things down to the bone. And we can kind of get like lost in the weeds of all of these thoughts. it's interesting I said weeds because, like I said, there's all this growth and you're cutting away. So it's like, I think you're cutting through weeds. And I kind of see, like, I don't know, how all this green down here could be kind of seen as weeds throughout our talk, right? But it's hard work. But because it's upside down, it means that you're definitely coming out of whatever mental blockages you were going through. You may have had sleepless nights, staying up late, worrying, doubting, and it's like, it's also funny because I said that thing about the Queen of Cups where she woke up in the middle of the night. So please let me know if that's resonating with someone, if someone out there is actually waking up in the middle of the night and has these anxieties, or has had them, because I feel like this is a passing energy. We also have the Three of Pentacles reversed, and I have a special thing about the Three of Pentacles in this deck. And we have the Empress reversed. So you could be dealing with a Libra, you could be dealing with a Taurus. But the Three of Pentacles is a card about teamwork. And in most decks we see 2 or 3 people who are working on a stained glass window in a church. But in this particular deck we see one person who is chiseling away at this stained glass, or at this stone around the stained glass, but it's just him, right? It's solitary energy. So this is a card about teamwork, but it's solitary. So whenever I think about being solo and having to work on a team with this church, it's like, in this deck, I feel like it's more your spiritual team, that, like, working with God. So your challenge might have been, through all these anxieties, you weren't working with your higher self enough, right? So you were blocking any sort of abundance, you were blocking any sort of growth, because the Empress talks about creation, right? And she's fertile, she's abundant, she is often pregnant. She is the ultimate divine feminine, the sexy mama, the, ultimate wife, ultimate mother. Again, like we said, mother up here. So motherhood could be important to you, whether you are a mom or you're thinking about your mom. But this is someone who, she knows that the earth is plentiful. She knows that resources are limitless. And so she doesn't have to work extra hard for growth to happen. She doesn't have to work extra hard to feed herself, to nourish herself, to take care of herself. Whenever it's reversed, it can also mean, I see for some of you it might mean like kind of letting your looks go for a period of time. And definitely when you're going through the Nine of Swords, depression, anxiety, then you can let yourself go from time to time. You know, you might have not been getting your nails done. Speaking of nails, look, I'll shift, but you might not have been just beautifying yourself. That's for a small few of you. For others of you, you may have had these anxieties, and they may have happened as a result of not looking, like, not turning more to God, right? Dealing with these challenges in more of a, neuroscience or clinical counselor type of way, which is good. I think, seeing therapists and counselors and psychiatrists, definitely good if you need it, and there's no shame in needing that sort of thing. But for this particular problem, I think your challenge is to look at things from more of an ethereal place rather than a rational place, rather than a scientific place, and more of a spiritual place. What else can I say? So let's move along. Let's move along. The worst it's going to get at the very bottom is the Ace of Swords reversed. So this is like a truth. The Ace of Swords is being in your truth. The Ace of Swords is a victory. And again, this is air energy. But whenever it's reversed, it's lies or untruths. I feel like this is something like you had been lying to yourself about. Again, I set it up here, didn't I? This is a repeating theme. But it's like these lies that you've been telling yourself are coming into the light. I do see like healing in this process. And the lies were, again, it's all going to be the same. So that's the worst it's going to get. We have the Six of Swords reversed, and we have the Six of Cups reversed. So this is like not moving on from the past. Six of Swords is moving, traveling. It's moving from troubled waters to calmer waters. And the Six of Cups is like the opposite, right? It's going back to the past. It's returning to something, old lovers, right? Returning to an ex, returning to people, places, situations from your childhood. You could be healing childhood wounds from your childhood, especially with this whole mother story, child energy going on. But it doesn't have to be a specific person. It doesn't have to be a specific place. It doesn't have to be a specific situation. Although, let me know in the comments, whatever rings true for you. I think no matter what it is, it's, again, a lie you told yourself. Whether it's a lie you told yourself about that particular person, a lie you told yourself about that. It's like we're dealing with a past thing over here too, right? These three cups worked out this way. This is what happened in the past. But this is the worst it's going to get. The worst it's going to get is lying to yourself about how the past can never change. Lying to yourself about how you can never move away from the past. Lying to yourself, perhaps even, and this is for some of you, perhaps even about the good old days, right? I have an uncle who had this. He always said, good old days since when? Because, you know, he said, like, we, as humans, continually make progress, right? So, whenever people talk about the good old days, it's like, what are you talking about? They were never good. Or they're getting better, right? So, we're moving out of that. We're letting go of anxieties. We're letting go of untruths. This is what set things into motion, and this is going to be the effect. So the cause is cutting through lies you told yourself in the past, and the effect is going to be Six of Pentacles reversed. The Six of Pentacles is a card about equal give and take. Again, you could be dealing with a Libra because we have the scales right here. But the Six of Pentacles reversed. It's not the best to get in reverse, but sometimes it does mean that people are going to give you a gift and to be more receptive, which would actually speak to this. Sometimes the Empress is, you know, I said she knows that the world is abundant, so she doesn't overwork herself to get her needs met, right? So the Six of Pentacles reversed is a card about receptivity. So we could definitely be talking about that, but let's see. We have the Queen of Rods reversed. You could be dealing with an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. And we also have the Five of Wands reversed. No, upright, excuse me. So it's competition. You could be competing with an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. The Queen of Rods reversed. the Queen of Rods is someone who is funny, popular, sexy, very fiery, right? Very prideful, boastful, likes to be the star of the show. And you could be competing with this person. I feel like, you know, sometimes they can be a little sporty, right? A little too, they can be competitive. They can be a little too, like cutthroat, like dog eat dog, right? So you may be dealing with a person who does not give you, does not meet you halfway. Like, instead of having just a normal friendship with this person, you feel like you're always competing with them. Instead of having a normal dating, romance, love with them, you feel like they have all these suitors. It could also feel like they're competing with you. Like they have to win your love. I don't want to spend too much time on this. I'm just trying to chew. Leo is very strong because you have the sun here. Let me know. Let me know. Also, I want to say, make sure to mind your temper. You may be feeling in your power with this Queen of Swords, but the Queen of Rods, she has a temper. You know, I said the good qualities about the Queen of Rods. She's funny, she's sexy, she's popular. But whenever she's reversed, she can throw temper tantrums. She can be a gossip. She can start drama, like the Bravo throw drinks in your face type of drama, right? Just like needless drama that no one needs. You know, this person I'm feeling might feel a little threatened by you because maybe you... I feel like it's like because you're in this place where you realize that your mistakes led you to better things. It's like she doesn't like you being happy. It's like she's so miserable, right? She's so miserable, caught in these petty dramas. The Five of Wands is also kind of this like pettiness, fighting, arguing. But she's so, and this could be male or female, but she's so lost in this world. It's like she wants to be the center of attention, so she, you know, throws drinks in people's faces, and then people distance themselves from her because they always have to fight with her, and it causes her to make more fights. But just remember, I think, remember that you are the rose, that you hold the power, and that with Mars retrograde, tempers could really flare, so just try to keep as calm as possible, because I think you are on a good path here. So we have the homework, now we have the test. This is going to be your karmic lesson. We have the Two of Cups reversed, don't freak out, the Page of Swords reversed, and the King of Pentacles reversed. It's so weird because we have such good Pentacle energy here, but maybe you're just like not quite at the, like you're still, I feel like you might be working through some inner child things because we have the Page of Swords here. And we had this child story here. There's children here. The Six of Cups can also mean children, days of yore, thinking about childhood. And then we had motherhood here. So if there is a thing with your mom, this could be your mom. This Queen of Rods, this fire sign, it could be your mom. But, excuse me, we have the Page of Swords reversed. The Page of Swords is a card. It can be internet spying. It can be immature an immature character. This can even be your particular child. But the Page of Swords, this is someone who is, and this could be you as a kid, like I said, if you're healing childhood issues. If you remember yourself as a kid, you know, the air suit, they are very smart. They are very intellectual. And when they are children, they can often be old souls. And so whenever their parents are gathering around the table and they're talking about heavy issues like religion and politics, especially Geminis, they want to get in on the conversation, right? They want to talk about it. And this is someone who, you know, they're a child, they're immature, so, but they are an old soul. But nevertheless, they do know a lot of things. But they don't know everything because they're still a kid, right? They're still missing information about all this religious and politics stuff. So their parents, you know, shoo them away and say, go away, kid. You don't know what you're talking about. And this often leads to the Page of Swords, our inner child, feeling neglected, feeling abandoned, feeling interrupted, like no one listens to us. And, so they take on this energy of, fine, I'll do it myself. I don't need you. I was born alone. I'll die alone. I can do it myself. I'm running away from home. I don't need you, Mom. So that's what the Page of Swords is like. This story looks like you might be dealing with some unequal partnerships because we have the Six of Pentacles here and we have the Two of Cups reversed here. The Two of Cups is like a meeting of the minds, meeting of the souls, meeting of the hearts. I like it in this deck because she has a laurel wreath on her head. My name is Lauren. It is derived from the laurel wreath and it means victory, right? So this is a victorious partnership. This is a victorious friendship, a victorious love affair. Whenever it's reversed, it's two people who their vibrations aren't matching at this time. You know, you could be feeling like this is a fight every time you're with someone. And again, it could be friendship, it could be love, it could be a coworker, it could be any relationships in your life. But it's just not, you're not vibing, you're not meshing. I don't feel like, I feel like this inner child that is getting defensive and isolating themselves, it's a result of, it's like a reaction to this person, right? This person throws tempers and so you're reacting from a place of when you were a kid. It's like triggering childhood memories. And I feel like this is more of, well, again, it could be mother-child, or it could be a friendship. It might even be like something in your coworker space that triggers memories from childhood of mothers and friendships. The King of Pentacles, again, you could be dealing with Taurus. You could be dealing with a Virgo or a Capricorn, but Taurus is strong. The King of Pentacles is someone who is very methodical, very, it's that phrase, hold on, I don't want to mess it up. If you don't prepare, hold on. If you don't plan ahead, then you prepare to fail. Is that right? I can't remember. It's like a Boy Scout quote, but it's like true, you know, if you don't take the necessary precautions now, then you won't have these grapes in the future, right? This is all about planting seeds. This is all about doing things over time. It doesn't come quickly. The Empress is a card about pregnancy, right? And so you don't just knock someone up and then the baby comes out the next day. It takes 9 months to gestate. It takes time for these things to grow. This is also And we talked about growth here too. So I think whenever you're dealing with this challenging person, whenever partnerships don't seem like they're vibrating on the same level, I think you have to ask about the seeds you're planting and ask if they are part of the long-term plan, part of the long-term goal, if they are going to give you this long-term stability like the King of Pentacles. And also, part of the stability, even if it's a material stability, if it is wanting to be financially secure for the long haul, it is going to require some sort of spiritual work on your part. And not necessarily, you know, more overtime. Not necessarily investing in more college or smiling, trying to schmooze people, thinking they're the right connections when they don't even match you vibrationally to begin with. It's something within you that I think you're working to reach your best vibration, and it is a matter of cutting away untruths you've been telling yourself, and that's going to give you a greater sense of stability. Okay. I think that's all the messages I have. I hope that was a good reading for you guys. I love you very much, and let me know what you think in the comments. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
If you would like to win a Morgan-GREER Tarot in a tin, you must be subscribed to me. That's the first thing. You must be a subscriber. You must subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will know if you are subscribed or not. The second thing you must do after you're subscribed, leave a comment about what you love about your sign. You are allowed up to 3 videos, and that will give you 3 different chances to win the Morgan-GREER Tarot in a tin. Meaning, if you have sun, moon, and rising in different signs, then you can leave a comment in each video. Once I hit 2,000 subscribers, I will pull a name out of a hat and send this lovely deck along the way. But again, you must be subscribed and you must leave a comment about what you love about your sign. You'll want to stay subscribed because I plan on doing these contests with each milestone. So after I hit 2,000, you'll get the Morgan-GREER deck. After I hit 3,000, another deck. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you so much, and I will see you next month.